What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a super exciting Liverpool transfer news video where we have the reports from David Lynch that Liverpool are targeting both Enzo Fernandez and Jude Bellingham to be signed in the summer transfer window. And also what is amazing is that we have a very detailed financial report in this video breaking down exactly how Liverpool can afford both players and how we can structure the payments of those deals to be able to make the deals affordable. But at the moment it looks like Liverpool are targeting both Enzo Fernandez, who is one of the shining lights for Argentina. Let me know your prediction in the comments below for the World Cup final between Argentina and France. I think it will be a great game and I will be happy either way, because either Messi and Argentina wins the World Cup and that's a great story, or Konate, the Liverpool centre-back, wins the World Cup with France and that would be a brilliant achievement as well. He's only 23 years old. And David Lynch said that a clear vacancy in midfield, and also Bellingham's family wants to return to England. They have a strong desire to do that, and also the lengthy courting process Liverpool have undertaken has Liverpool in the driving seat currently for the Jude Bellingham transfer, but it's not 100%, of course. It's not fully certain that Liverpool in the end will end up signing Jude Bellingham. And also news originating from Argentina of potential negotiations with Enzo Fernandez and his representatives has captured the fans' imagination for sure. And Liverpool are currently, of course, denying that any agreements have been reached, but it would be a major surprise if Liverpool's recruitment team aren't at least aware of Enzo Fernandez's demands. And also it would be foolish of a club so desperately in need of upgrades in one position not to spread its best bets, as David Lynch puts it, by contacting the representatives of several potential candidates to fill the big void that Liverpool have in their midfield. And of course, if the possibility of missing out on Bellingham exists, then Fernandez represents an obvious alternative not only for Liverpool but also for the likes of Real Madrid and Manchester City. Still the possibility of Liverpool chasing both Bellingham and Fernandez should not be discounted, because for example Liverpool chased Aurelien Tchouameni, who scored a brilliant goal against England in the World Cup quarter-final, and had they signed Tchouameni they wouldn't have stopped chasing Bellingham. So Liverpool want at least two really good borderline world-class midfielders to be signed in the next 6-7 months. And Liverpool definitely will sign at least two, maybe even three midfielders in the next two transfer windows, because Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, James Milner are departing Liverpool. Thiago's contract situation is up in the air. Henderson is 32 years old, so we are not sure when he will start declining. And also both Bellingham and Fernandez have different profiles and they are both very versatile players who can play in a number of positions. And I think our best midfield would be with these three players: Bellingham on the right hand side of the midfield, Fabinho in the center as a defensive midfielder, and we could rotate Thiago and Enzo Fernandez on the left side of the center midfield, depending on what opposition Liverpool face. Against maybe the bigger, more open, more attacking teams, we could play Enzo Fernandez, and against deep-lying, low block defending teams, we could play Thiago, who could pick out brilliant world-class passes and who, with his passing range and his dribbling skills, Thiago can unlock pretty much any defense when he's on his day. And sources close to Liverpool claimed that even after Liverpool shelled out close to £80 million for Darwin Núñez, that paying big money for big players in the future wouldn't be a significant stumbling block for Liverpool, because we made savings in the recent transfer windows of not signing Tchouameni for £100 million. That is still in the transfer budget, and also the real potential sticking point is wages. But Bellingham has already publicly stated money is not his main motivation, and also Liverpool could currently comfortably double Enzo Fernandez's wages, and that would still fall within the wage budget of what Liverpool can afford. So if David Lynch is saying that Liverpool potentially signing these two players is not unrealistic, then I have hope that this could happen. And also Mo Chatra has a brilliant thread on Twitter about the finances of Liverpool and how we can afford both players. So let's actually break it down, because if Liverpool were to sign both Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez for a combined £200 million, financing both deals could be happening, and it is doable. It is doable because you wouldn't be required to pay the full £200 million in full at the start of both deals. Enzo Fernandez has a reported release clause of £103 million. This isn't necessarily the same as a buyout clause, where a specified figure has to be paid in full by the player, but really it's by the purchasing club. There can be scope for negotiation of the fee structure. Also, Fernandez's release clause might be set at 120 million euros, but Liverpool and Benfica can negotiate for a lower transfer fee. So that's the maximum that Benfica can ask for. That doesn't mean that that's the price that Liverpool will buy Enzo Fernandez for. Let's say Liverpool agreed to buy both players for £103 million, which is 120 million euros, which I think is a little bit realistic. Bellingham could cost a little bit higher, Enzo Fernandez could cost a little bit lower, but I think on average, paying a little bit more than £100 million in total for those two players each, I think that's a realistic transfer fee. Liverpool could structure both deals to be paid over 3 installments, and that could work out as paying £82 million initially in the first summer transfer window, £62 million 1 year later, and £62 million 2 years later. That's entirely doable. Liverpool can pay a lot more than £82 million in one transfer window for 2 players, so I think that's doable, because Liverpool spent, for example, in the 2017-18 season, £154 million on players coming in. In 2018-19 it was 174 million, and in 2019-20 it was 122 million. So that was taken from Liverpool's official accounts. That was 450 million pounds in just 3 years outlay. That was in years when Liverpool's turnover was around between 450 and 530 million pounds, and the turnover for the 2021 and 22 season is expected to be maybe just a little bit lower than 600 million pounds. So Liverpool have on average around 100 million pounds more in revenue. So we could pay even maybe 200 million pounds in one transfer, in 1 year of transfers. That means the combined summer and winter transfer windows for the next 2 transfer windows. And you might wonder, do Liverpool have still a lot of transfer fees to pay for previous deals? And there is a few significant transfer fee debts that Liverpool have. For example, we still need to pay some installments on the Luis Diaz deal, the Darwin Nunez deal, the Ibrahima Konate deal, but the others are very low value signings, and payments for those deals falling into the 22-23 season are likely to amount to a lot less than 100 million pounds. So from a cash flow perspective, funds should be available from last summer, when of course the Tchouaméni deal didn't happen, and we didn't sign anybody else for money. We signed Arthur on loan, but that cost very little. And it's possible that Liverpool won't sign Enzo Fernandez. It's possible that Liverpool won't sign Jude Bellingham, but I just wanted to demonstrate in this video that signing both players is not out of reach for Liverpool financially. We can do both deals and still operate within the means, within the revenues of Liverpool Football Club, without the owners, the current owners, FSG, putting any money in. But there are also rumors that because of Liverpool being so far into the negotiations with both players, that it looks like behind the scenes the takeover is very likely to happen, and Liverpool are negotiating in the knowledge that new owners are coming in and new money is coming in until next summer. Of course, that's only speculation, but there is a theory among among some Liverpool fans that Liverpool are negotiating so much with so many big players for a lot of money because they know that new owners and newer money are coming into Liverpool, and let's hope that's the case, because that would be fantastic news for Liverpool's future. And the way Liverpool can make it work is because the vast majority of transfer fees are paid in installments, breaking down in 2 or 3 year periods, and it is standard practice among football transfers that the majority of the transfers, except when you have to pay the release clause in full, like when Neymar went from Barcelona to Paris Saint-Germain. Barcelona got the 222 million euros up front from Paris Saint-Germain, and they straight away signed Ousmane Dembele for like 165 million. But that they could do that because they got all the money up front. But that's like 5 to 10% of the transfers happening. Usually, the majority of the transfers happen when the transfer fee is paid in installments. So that's what makes me hopeful that Liverpool could sign both of these players. And also, there is a very interesting perspective that one Liverpool fan said on the Liverpool Reddit forums, that Bellingham is still a very young player and a young person, and he lived through COVID recently. It would be a major plus for Bellingham moving back to England and to the Premier League that most of his family could drive to his games and watch him play live, something that they couldn't do when Bellingham was playing for Borussia Dortmund, because of course most of his family still lives in England. Yes, some of his family moved over to Dortmund or they visited him, but it's not the same. If you play for an English Premier League club, and then a lot of your family can just get into the car, drive to your games and watch you play in the Premier League, in the Champions League, and that would be a major draw for Bellingham, major temptation to go back to the Premier League. Another Liverpool fan said that if David Lynch is getting this information and putting it out into official articles, then both deals are probably further along than we even thought. There isn't interest there, or it's Liverpool can do this. I know we have a caveat about not being over the line yet, but for a reliable and respected journalist to put this piece out, there is confirmation enough that the club, Liverpool FC, are pretty confident to get both these deals over the line. And that's very encouraging that Liverpool are really further along the negotiating process, it looks like, with both Jude Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez as well. So I'm rubbing my hands already together with very much a lot of excitement, because these two players are absolutely fantastic and young players. Bellingham is 19, Enzo Fernandez is 21 years old, so they could be the future of Liverpool's midfield for the next even 10 years, hypothetically of course. So I'm really excited about this deal, and let me know what do you think about these reports, what do you think about the financial reports, financial details that I shared with you guys. Shout out to Mo Chatra on Twitter who did that financial breakdown. I follow him for years, he's a brilliant guy and you should follow him as well. And Steven Gerrard also said that he expects Liverpool to start the second half of the season very strongly. He said this second pre-season is an opportunity to get a lot of work done on the training ground and reset a few things. I'm sure Jurgen and his staff are doing a lot of things tactically, and it's also an opportunity to have a much needed reset. They have played a lot of football over the last few years. They were involved in every competition last year, so to have a small pre-season before a ball was kicked and then to have this opportunity to rest and then have a second build up, I'm hoping that Liverpool come flying out of the blocks. I expect a really strong 6 months and finish to the season, because important players have had the chance to rest and recover, and the players who have been in the World Cup should come back full of confidence, in a good place, physically ready for the second half of the season. So I expect a really strong, exciting finish to the season for Liverpool FC, and that's one of the biggest legends, Steven Gerrard, saying that. So hopefully he nails that Liverpool are really ready for the second half of the season. And Liverpool also in a few hours will play AC Milan in another pre-season friendly. Hopefully we will get a better result than what we did against Lyon, where we had a great first half. We didn't take our chances. Salah missed the penalty and then Lyon scored and it was all downhill from there. Liverpool lost 3-1 in the end. Hopefully against AC Milan we can show that we are much further along in the pre-season training process, and hopefully we can bang in a few goals. I'm always loving watching Liverpool play, no matter if it's a friendly or a competitive game. And also, in just 6 days, on the 22nd of December, we will play Manchester City in the League Cup quarterfinals, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a nice day and happy holidays. See you later. Goodbye.